Hi, and welcome to CryptoBiography. I'm your host, Brandon Starr. This is episode 396 of CryptoBiography, and it's part one of Cold Healing. And here we go. I am an accidental necromancer. My family is one of many magicians. This includes both my close and extended families. We live in the town of Robenfald, about a day's journey from the capital city of Deepmoor. The real problem is no one knows my powers. Necromancy is, well, looked down upon. I mean, I get it. But come on, people, I'm family. Maybe loosen your minds just a little bit. Fortunately, not everyone in the family has magic, so I've been able to get along pretending to be one of those. I'm the middle daughter of three. Classic middle kid, not the oldest and not the youngest and needing the most attention, so I get to spend a lot of time on my own. Now I'm 15, but when I was 8, I was playing not far from our house, and there was a ladybug crawling by. I was looking at it, admiring its red color, its spots, and its round shape, when a man on a horse came galloping through. I dove out of the way, but the ladybug was pushed right into the dirt. I scrambled back to it. Its back was now flat with the dirt. I picked it out of the earth with my fingernail and focused on it, wishing it to be alive again. The carapace was cracked and one wing stuck out. I felt something cool, a shiver rolling down my neck, along my shoulders, through my arms and out my hands, into the tiny bug. It moved and started to crawl over my hand. I was thrilled. I lit it off on a nearby dandelion and headed home. I asked some questions to my older sister, Siobhan. She knew healing magic, and now, I thought, so did I. What does it feel like, when you heal someone? Siobhan considered. It's like your body's a hose and you can feel something a little like a liquid, something moving, something shapeless, a bit warm. Then it just happens. I nodded. It could still happen for you, Daedra. I know. And I did. The next morning I woke up and there was a ladybug on my window. I watched it crawl across the glass. When it got to the pane, its back turned towards me, and I saw that it was the same kind of ladybug I had healed the day before. It even had a cracked carapace and the wings sticking out. Part of me wondered if it was the same one, but that was crazy. The odds of seeing the same ladybug about half a kilometer from the first place was 0. This was just another one of the same kind. But one that had the same injuries? But I let it go. After all, it was just a little bug, and it didn't matter really if it was the same one or not. A couple of months later, I saw the neighbor's cat attack a squirrel. It fought it pretty hard, but for some reason, once the squirrel had given up, it lost its interest and wandered off. I went up to the squirrel. I like squirrels and hated seeing the little guy hurt. It wasn't moving. I picked it up. I thought about making it live again. The chill ran down my arms and into the squirrel. And it moved. It stirred and looked at me with somewhat rheumy eyes. After a moment, it rolled over, then trotted out of my hands and towards the nearest tree. I watched it scamper, somewhat slowly and jerkily, up the tree. Satisfied, I went back inside, reveling in my new healing powers. Like the ladybug, I found that the squirrel seemed to want to be near me after I healed it. I would see it sometimes, either in the tree nearest my bedroom window or following me when I walked around the neighborhood. It wasn't able to follow very quickly, though. It didn't seem to be healing very well following its encounter with the cat. The ladybug was also having troubles. It stayed on my bedroom window most of the time, and I never saw it go after any aphids or anything. Its carapace crack, rather than healing, seemed to be getting worse, along with a bent wing, and after some weeks, one of its legs went missing. One day, when I was tasked by my mother to get milk from the neighbors, the squirrel followed me. It was none too quick, but I was only walking, so it managed to keep up. Then, the same cat that attacked it the first time dashed at it. I heard the scrabbling of the cat as he made its final dash and turned around. I couldn't stop it from happening. The cat was going so fast it flipped itself and the squirrel over. He bit it hard on the neck, but instead of finishing the job, it immediately sprang away, hissing and spitting and shaking its head. It seemed to be getting a bad taste out of its mouth. Then it ran away. And that's the end of part 1. I hope you're enjoying it. If you have any comments or questions about this episode or previous episodes, cryptobiography@gmail.com, or hit us up on Facebook or Twitter. And thanks for listening. Words and music copyright 2025, Brandon Starr, all rights reserved. Characters and events are fictional, fictionalized, or satirical.